magazine for Lucid. Here is my final draft. Well, it's not my final draft, but here's the first draft that I came up with, sorry. As you can see that I've used a Polaroid picture on the front of my magazine. I used this because I wanted to try and be original and authentic, but I don't think that I've given the best presentation of my movie. I need to make sure that it encapsulates the audience. So I did some research, and here is the research that I came up with. I just typed in horror magazine, and the main one that came up was Scream, obviously, evidently. And I can see here that the main character of the horror film is on the front of the magazine. Now, it's very important that I should make sure that my main character is on the front of the magazine too. And as also I saw on my research that there's a lot of eye contact, and so the eye contact kind of makes the audience look more into the film, into the poster. So if, for example, if one of my characters was on the front cover and was looking away, there isn't very much, there isn't a lot of relevance as well. So if you look away, it just doesn't really look that much like a horror film. But if you look towards the camera, it captivates the audience and it makes them want to read on, it makes them want to look into it, and it scares them more, for example. So, like eyes as well, they're very open and stuff, so you can see the character's fear as well. So I need to make sure that that's going to be on my front cover. For me, the font here is fine. It's very representative of a horror theme. The font here as well, if they're prepared to be scared or else, isn't very relevant, and I don't think it fits very well with my actual my idea of Lucid, and also my main, because my film's called Lucid, it's not a very true reflection of how I want the title to be. So I'm going to have to look into more fonts that can be more representative of my Lucid film. I got inspiration from the Scream magazine also, from where it, for example here in this one, it says the horror magazine issue here. So that makes it more magazine-y, and has an element of magazine. And if you put in the price and stuff, it just makes it more realistic and increases the promotional device for it. Also, I've made an editing mistake here, so that has to be changed completely. And I asked my friend Lois if she could comment on some things about my magazine, and she said the main font is good. The white font, however, doesn't really fit the theme, nor does fit the red box. The image isn't something I would associate with horror. However, I like the Victorian style. I think with some red overlays or experiment with the image or one similar could look very creepy. I like the way the border around the picture looks like an old style Polaroid. If you were trying to achieve it, you were trying to that look. I'd maybe add some discoloration to make it look a bit more authentic. And personally, I completely agree with her. So my main picture doesn't actually look authentic at all. Although I was trying to captivate my main character's mind, it doesn't really show a true reflection. I didn't really do it very well. It doesn't really show a true reflection, as I said, of his mind, because he's schizophrenic. There should be kind of two sides to everything. So I'll be keeping hysteriamovies.com. And overall, I'll obviously have to make my own barcode, but I think what I need to do is maybe even change the picture, or make sure that the picture is more discoloured and authentic, and actually looks like a horror film, because the picture itself does reel the audience in, but it's not very relevant to my picture. So they're the changes that I would do. So overall, the changes I would make are the picture, the font for Lucid, the font for the other ads on the front of the page, maybe even change the colour of the font as well to make it look a bit more like a magazine, and obviously make my own barcode.